Hey guys, it's me, Yaya Diamond, and you are watching Dreamchasers Radio. I have an amazing author on the show today. That's right, I do, and I am so very excited to have her. I'm anxious to have her.
Yaya Diamond, Dreamchasers, we won't wait. Subscribe today before it's too late. Inspiration flowing just like the breeze. Chase your dreams and feel at ease.
Be good. Be very good.
Definitely. Janet Ferguson's on the show today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So let me ask you a question. And I ask this question to everybody because everybody's like, oh, well, I'm not built to be an author. But did you ever think that you would be an author?
No, I didn't. It was something that has been sort of formulating in the back of my head for a while now. And since I'm retired, I figured I had some time and I started putting my thoughts together.
Oh, sweetness. So okay, so you have a book. But let's go into, you put your thoughts together, but I mean, how was that for you? What was the writing process like for someone who's never really written a book?
It was tough at first because the fact that I was remembering things that some of them I wasn't sure if I wanted to remember. But as I started putting things down, it became clearer and clearer of all my experiences and feelings growing up. And to the point where I am now, a 71-year-old trans woman.
Well, you don't look 71.
Oh, thank you. You're my new best friend.
Hey. But what is it like to do this? What was it like to live this life? And I know that your book is called, and it's coming out soon. Am I correct? You're kind of in that last phase of it all. Yes. What is it like to be in the last phase of it all?
Well, it is exciting. It's a little overwhelming because, like you say, I've never done this before. And but there are moments where I go, wow, I'm here.
Wow. So your book is called A Life Rewritten.
Yes.
I can kind of figure out why you named it that, but tell me the journey that you went on in this book, because everybody that tells me like, oh, I became this character, or I was really engulfed, or I started remembering things that I didn't really remember until I started writing the book. What was that process like for you?
It was really interesting. I recalled all the way back to when I was like 2 years old.
Wow.
And me and my sister playing out in the backyard together and thinking, well, here I am, a boy. Here my sister is a girl. How come I'm not a girl too? I really was able to figure that out when I was 4. But, back then, 4 would have been 1958. Well, there was no information out then to figure out what it was I was, feeling. So I just sort of repressed it, and I was my dad's little man. So I had to sort of live up to that expectation. My mom has said that she knew back then, but it wasn't a conversation that she could have with my dad.
Yeah.
It just couldn't happen. And that's okay. And then as time went on, I started realizing, I want to wear that dress. I want to do that activity with the girls and stuff like that. So I knew that I was moving into that information that I was a girl.
Mm-hmm.
I hated mirrors because I saw that I wasn't a girl. And that is something I had to repress. And my dad played sports, so automatically I had to play sports. I like playing sports. It's just not exactly the ones that I wanted to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I still play some sports, but I'm not good at anything really. Just to be honest, I played a lot of different sports, but I'm not very good at it. So I just sort of moved on with that, starting school and going there and seeing other people react and be with each other and how they acted. And I sort of sat back. I sort of withdrew into myself a lot. I was somebody who was an observer, but not a participant. And that was because I couldn't figure out who I was to participate. And I spent a lot of time figuring that stuff out. All the way up to 43 before I transitioned. That was something. And going through public school, high school, jobs and everything, it was, I didn't have a life that I wanted, and I did not have motivation to do anything. You know, it was, I just went day to day. No expectations.
I got you. Well, the book and then the life. Did you think about this? Did you think about writing the book in the past to coincide with your life? Or was this the book that kind of resulted in, I'm going to go ahead and do this?
For writing the book, yes, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. But the experiences sort of reflected that. It took me a long time to get to the point where I would go, I'm going to do this. And that was me coming out as a transgender woman. Unfortunately, my dad had gotten sick and passed away before I could tell him. Now, I know my dad would have had a really, really hard time, but in my heart, I believe that he would have been okay. My mom's reaction to telling her was, duh.
I think he knew. I mean, if your mom knew.
Well, I think my dad knew, but I mean, it was just never discussed.
Right. Did you have any kids during that time of just kind of putting it to the side? Did you have any relationships outside of your preferred sex gender?
I've always been attracted to women. Always. When I was young, I had a couple of girlfriends when I was young. And that's where I leaned to. That's where my attraction was. And that's when I realized gender and attraction had nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, the sexual preferences. I always tell people, I know a lot of guys that love to, they say honor women, or they feel like they need to live as a woman, or they love to dress up and drag and do the shows, but they're married to women.
I know. So it's like... there's no rhyme or reason. It's just a life that you have chosen, and you're living it to the best you can.
Isn't that? It's so? You can't, like they say, you can't judge a book by the cover. You know, you can't do that. You can't say, okay, you got to be this way if you're that way, and if you're this way, you got to be that way. There is really no written rule that says that this is this and that is that, and because this is that, this is that. You know what I mean? Because it has to always change. Did you find that in your book as you went through it, that you found little clues and little hints that said that this was kind of backwards, but it's still me?
Yeah, I found that I started remembering all the little things that I did. It's just so, I can't believe I never got into an argument with my mom and dad about this, because there would be odd times when I would raid my mom's closet and my sister's closet, who's a year younger than I am. And actually, at one time on Halloween, when I was in grade 3, I wore one of my mom's dresses to school. And actually, nobody blinked on that one. And I actually wish they had them, because then maybe something would have come out of it and got it out in the open, but it didn't. So I thought, well, geez, no one's going to believe me at this. Now, the stuff on TV was horrible when it comes to transgender. I mean, yeah. And there was no internet like it is now.
It's even worse now.
No, and I had nothing. So it took me a long time. I was probably into my mid-30s before I realized there were some places in Toronto where I could go and learn how to present myself and to be the woman I always thought I was. Those were like with cross-dressers and you know, that thing. So I learned to at least present myself. And that was very interesting, because I sort of had an awakening of, oh, look at me. I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah. What about your life, like your love life and all that stuff? Did you put that in the book as well?
Well, I talked a little bit about it. What happened is that I had, before transitioning, I had some relationships. They ended because of me. They were all my fault. I screwed up because I couldn't relate to the fact that I was having a relationship as a guy to a gal and didn't want to have the guy stuff. So I was not very good. But that was all my fault. I sabotaged those relationships.
So are you fully transitioned now?
Oh yes, I started transitioning, like I say, 28 years ago, and I had my surgery 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a long time.
Yeah. And are you happy?
Very much so. Actually, right now, I had my sister-in-law were over the other day, and we got talking and stuff, and I said, I am mentally and physically the happiest I've ever been in my life.
That's what matters.
It does. Mind you, I'm waiting to I'm overweight. I got to lose about 80 pounds. So I'm actually in a bariatric program to have surgery. So that was just another way of me being healthy to continue my life.
Yeah.
Because I started it so late. Going through puberty at 43 was very interesting.
No, I can't imagine. I can't imagine, but everybody has a life, and everybody has to live their own life for themselves. And ultimately, you live your life for yourself. You've done the things that you wanted to do for yourself to make you feel better about yourself. If there was anyone out there that has doubts or is hiding like you were, do you have any advice for them?
Yes. Express yourself. Take a chance. Go to your, say, let's just use an example. Here you have a 5-year-old boy who says to their parents, I feel like a girl and I want to start dressing like that. And see what your parents say. And then if it is negative or positive, react to that and continue that conversation. Because there's a lot of people that are able to do it then. But there's a lot of people like myself who have, for whatever reason, delayed this coming to yourself. And you'll be in your early 20s, early 30s, 40s, 50s. Never too late to start. Just reach out. There's so many great people out there and resources. Doctors, I had the best. I couldn't complain. I've never had a doctor where it's been an issue. But just seek out information, because information is strength.
Yes, it is. Yes, it definitely is. I'm happy for you that you're happy for yourself and that you love yourself now and that you have that journey. And I wish you nothing but the best on the 80 pounds. Is there anything that we haven't said or you'd like to say today that we didn't go over?
Yeah, there's a couple of things about the people. Again, my siblings have been great and doctors, but also going from job to job to job to job. After I see what happened is I was a carpenter, licensed carpenter. When I came out, I was asked by the Carpenters Union to leave. And I knew that was going to happen. I knew that. There was no way I would survive on a job site. So I went back to school for architecture. I graduated as an architectural technologist. And I started working at different jobs. And for whatever reason, I seemed to be blending in with them. I never had any discrimination when it came to my gender, ever. And all the jobs I had right up to the point I retired. I'm sure there was people had ideas about who I was, and that's fine, but they never expressed it. That was the big key.
Yeah.
So I say to others, take your chances, because you may find that it's very, very positive. And if it's negative, find different people.
Yeah, definitely. Not everybody is going to be happy that you are who you are. Believe you me, I know, I can't hide who I am. I can't hide my color. And sometimes,
Yeah.
I find that people don't like me just because I'm this color, which makes no sense to me at all. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And you have to just find the people that are right for you
Yeah.
and move on with your life. And definitely, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Even in my neighborhood, I've got a family next to me with a boy and a girl. They're young. We get along great. As they grew up, it was always Janet, Janet, and that was. And I'm so lucky. Across from me, I have a gay guy. Next door over from them, two women who have a child, and we're like a GLBT family.
Well, that is good. And that's so good. That's so good. I mean, we all have to find our place in this world.
Yes.
We always, and sometimes you have to move to find it.
I'm a Hamilton gal, through and through, born and cultivated, and I live alone, and I've lived alone for a long time, but I've had pets, and they're I talk to them all the time. Now I have a dog right now that's 1.5 years, and she's a handful. She's a little puppy, eats my shoes and all that type of stuff. But, it's great having somebody in the house with you, even if it's only an animal,
Yeah.
And that's really, really good to have that dog. One of the things that I found with my education, now that I'm retired, and you're saying about I started looking to do a book, but I'm always busy. I don't know any difference because my last few jobs were project manager, where I had to manage multiple jobs and I had to be the bitch that told people what to do.
Yeah.
So I'm a planner. I plan my spontaneous moments.
No. That is terrible. You can't do that. You can't plan your spend. No.
I know, but I just can't get away from that. I've redone my house. I put all new hardwood floor in. I did the kitchen, the bathroom, the decks on my house, redid the garage, set it up as a workshop. I've refinished furniture, and I built myself a TARDIS. You know what a TARDIS is?
No, tell me.
That is from the show Doctor Who.
Oh.
Hamilton. I built a full-scale replica with lights and sound effects, just like in the show.
Wow. Well, we're gonna have to look at what a TARDIS is right now on this show. Here it is. Here's what a TARDIS is. Okay. All right. Okay. We can do that. All right. Congratulations on that.
Yes, it's just sort of we call ourselves Whovians. I have a China cabinet like something similar to yours, and it's all full of Doctor Who things.
Oh, you like Doctor Who? Okay, I got it.
But that is just a way also for me to be engaged with other things besides, now that I'm retired, sitting at home and watching TV. I can't do that.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm not a real big TV person either. I
play lawn bowling. Oh God, I'm crappy at it. But I do it for fun and being with the people and be talking and having fun with them. And that's important to me. Everything right now, whatever I do, what is important is the journey, not the end.
Yeah, I got you. Wow. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. And your book is almost out, right?
Yes, it is. They're like I say, we got a few chapters already in the can, as they would say. The book cover is between 3 books and 3 covers, and I'm not sure yet which one is going to be. It's a process.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
is.
And
I know that shortly after that, we'll be on Amazon. That's the route we're going to start with. And on my own, I get some copies of the books, and I'm going to go to local bookstores in Hamilton and Toronto and see if they'll cover it for me.
That'd be nice. That would be nice. Well, your book name is A Life Rewritten. That
Yeah.
is no joke right there, right? It's going to be a life rewritten.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And,
Good.
and a continuous life rewritten.
Oh, nice. Too. Might be that, right? So, but we're waiting for the book cover, which is where the uncertainty is. But that's okay because you're definitely someone that I admire. To
Oh,
come
thank you.
out and to do what you do and to be who you are without apology is hard.
Yes.
And I commend you on that.
Yeah, it was. I did a lot of um, talks to universities, high schools, churches, cities, whatever. Right? Whoever wanted to learn more about this, I was willing to put myself out there, and I still am.
That's wonderful. Well, people can reach you how?
Well, they can reach me. I'll give. We can do it personally because I only have the one email address.
Do you have like
So
Facebook or anything like that?
I have Facebook. Yeah, you can go to. It says Dan, Liz Ferguson.
Okay.
That
All right.
is the one that I have right now. That's my personal one.
Okay, great. So people can reach out to you. And also when the book gets on Amazon, you can go ahead and get A Life Rewritten or A Life Continuously Rewritten.
Yes, that could be. That might be book 2.
It might be. It might be book 2. There you go. So thank you, Janet, so much for being on the show. I appreciate it.
I'm very happy to be on your show.
Oh, thank you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And keep your eye out on that. We're going to go ahead and put the name of the book in the description. We're also going to say it's going to be on Amazon. Just keep your eye out on it. And then when it comes up, go ahead and check that out for yourselves. You know, there's a lot of things that we all have to get over and that we all have to become. And as we get older, there are no apologies. This is who you are. And you have to just be who you are to make yourself happy. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Janet, thank you again. And until next time, guys, don't forget to dare to be different all the time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching.